This is another vlog. I haven't updated in a few weeks. I've been both like a little busy and then also not a lot has happened. So I haven't really had anything to make a video about, but I figured, I think it's been like 3 weeks now that I haven't made a video or more than that. So I figured I should make something to update you guys. I finally actually have at least some stuff to talk about. First thing, I am very steadily working my way through Dance with Dragons now. I am more than halfway through the book now. I'm hoping to actually probably finish it by next week, possibly this weekend. Yesterday I read a couple hundred pages because once you get to, it's just before the halfway point, it gets a lot more interesting, and also around the halfway point is where all the characters come back together. So if you remember, in A Feast for Crows, only the first half of the characters were in that book, and then you get the other half in the first part of this book, and then they all come together in the second half of this book. And I think that's why it sort of feels a little short and whatnot, and it's a pain in the butt sometimes to get through because you're trying to get to that good information, and then it stops at the end of the book, and you're like, no, I need the next one. But I'll talk more about it when I do my actual review. My actual review of this is probably going to be really long. This is the long book, but there's so much stuff going on. And then I actually finished the first draft of my first novel. I'm really excited about that because I've never finished a novel before, and it needs a lot of work. I mean, I'm making myself wait 3 weeks. From what I've read and talked to other people who have been published before, you need to step back and don't just take a few days, take a few weeks to step back and then go into editing, because you sort of need to come at it with a fresh perspective. And even then, even though you edit the crap out of it, you need other people to do it too, and so that'll be a long process, but it's the first one I've ever done, and I'm really excited. That makes me feel accomplished that I've actually been able to do that. But of course, editing it and trying to get it published is going to be a much longer process, but I'm happy about it. I am still looking for a job. Oh gosh, I've been looking since July, I think, and it's a little frustrating. But, then again, I feel like I could get a job, like work at Macy's or something like that. But my husband really doesn't want me to have to work on the holidays, particularly Black Friday. That's sort of been our own holiday. We always love to go out and shop for different things. So he's only trying not to have to work on Black Friday, but I told him, if I'm working in retail, I'm gonna have to. So I don't know, maybe I'll find a job after Black Friday or after Christmas. I'm hoping I can find an actual job before then. But yeah, that's going on. And let's see. I just got finished watching. I finished watching Parks and Rec yesterday. Parks and Recreation is so awesome. Oh my god. I hadn't seen most of the 6th season, and I saw it, and oh my gosh, I'm so glad that they have one more season left. And then I think last week or the week before, I watched all of Dragon Ball Z Kai. If you don't know what Dragon Ball Z Kai is, Dragon Ball Z, for their 20th anniversary, got sort of they didn't remake it. What they did is they took the old footage and they rewrote the scripts to match the manga a lot more. And they also brought back almost all the original voice cast, recorded it. And what was nice is that while the Japanese version was always pretty good with the translations from the manga to the show, even with all the filler episodes, the American one, they tried to dumb it down a lot for kids. And I still remember I watched the original dub and it was fine. But there are still points when you watch the original dub going, oh my gosh, this is really dumb. Well, Dragon Ball Z Kai actually was able to fix that and write it so much better, and it actually matches a lot more with the Japanese version. Goku actually gets to say bad words, which is awesome, because as a little kid you're thinking, gosh doesn't really cut it sometimes, or you butthead, this doesn't really cut it when you are fighting people. So yeah, I got finished watching that, and I was really excited because I hadn't read that they were going to be doing the Majin Buu saga. I have no idea if anybody watching this actually knows what I'm talking about with Dragon Ball Z. They're in different sagas, and Dragon Ball Z Kai only went up to, it stopped before the very last saga. And the last saga takes about 90 or so episodes. And that includes the filler episodes, because Dragon Ball Z was 292 episodes long. That is ridiculous. But anyway, Dragon Ball Z Kai only edited up to the end of the saga before the last one. The Majin Buu saga is the last saga, and I wasn't sure if they were going to do it, because that's a good, you can't just end without that one. And so I finally looked online, and it's already airing in Japan. Unfortunately, there's no official plans for Funimation to do the same treatment with the Majin Buu saga as they did with the rest of them. Chances are they will, but they just got done doing Battle of Gods, which was the new Dragon Ball Z movie, and they got finished doing that, and of course they have other projects to work on. And so they haven't announced if they're going to do it or not, and they haven't said that they have any plans yet. But considering Dragon Ball Z is probably one of Funimation's biggest properties, I imagine it's going to get done, because I think the international version is going to be like 60 episodes, which is probably not a whole ton of work to do, but, you know, get them some more money. Yay, I will buy it. I will totally buy it, because I'm a fangirl, and I will buy Dragon Ball Z stuff. It'll happen. But yeah, so I've been watching the Japanese version online, and as much as I enjoy watching new Dragon Ball Z stuff, it's not the same without the dub. I think Dragon Ball Z is one of those animes where if you grew up with whatever dub you grew up with, that's the one you want. Because the Japanese one is good, but I like the English voice actors. I like the way they did it. And so yeah, got finished doing that. Sorry, my dog is barking. He hurt his paw a couple days ago, and he was limping around a little bit. And yesterday he was limping really badly, and my husband and I were like, "Oh, you poor baby, blah blah blah." And then I got the idea. He's not. I mean, he was doing everything else normally. He was running around and barking like crazy, just kind of hobbling along on 3 legs, like holding up his paw, and you know, because it looked like he probably he twisted it or something. Nothing felt broken. Checked everything out, and I thought, I wonder if he's milking it. And today, you know, he's fine. He's limping just a little bit, but he's so much better, and he's cuddling like, "Oh, don't it look so sad?" Yeah, I think he might have been milking it just a little bit. Of course, you know, I was still concerned, obviously, going to keep an eye on it, but he does try to get cuddles any way he can. Not that we deny him them, but, you know, he needs constant attention. He's a little Chihuahua, or not Chihuahua, Dachshund and Cocker Spaniel. Is that what it is? I think that's what it is. I don't remember. He's a black dog of small variety and some kind. I don't know. He's fluffy and adorable, and he gets separation anxiety and needs to have attention, even though we'll be gone for an hour, and he's freaking out. That's why we put him in his crate. Crate training's been awesome for that dog. But yeah, see, I have to resort to talking about my dog. I mean, as much stuff has kind of happened in the past few weeks. Not a lot has. I must have been writing and reading. Those are like the 2 things I usually do, and then I binge watch shows. I watch a lot of television, and I really shouldn't, because I need to write and apply for jobs. I probably applied for like 10 jobs this week. I try to apply for a lot every day if I can. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so hopefully I'll do my review of A Dance with Dragons next week. And then I don't know, I have an idea for what series I'm going to do after this, and I'll probably read a couple of romance novels in between. So yeah, I hope you maybe found this interesting, and it's just kind of an update on my life. And my dog is barking again. Alright, I'll talk to you later. Bye.